slithering serpent. Oh god. This guy. Only I would get my hair tangled in this thing. Like, what? Bob. You know you want to call him Bob. Harry Potter ain't got nothing on me. Him and his little parcel tongue can fucking walk away. Hey guys, what's up? It's been a while. 3 weeks and counting. That's what happens though, you know, because I work, I go to school full time, I volunteer, I somehow try to fit this in, don't know why, I try to have a life, so it's a lot. So today I figured, what is creepy, you know, because Halloween, it's about creepy, scary things that I could talk about that would be interesting. It's none other than snakes. Trigger warning, I am going to talk about many encounters I've had with snakes. If talking about snakes disturbs you, and you probably shouldn't watch this, I would turn it off. Please keep in mind that most of these encounters did happen when I was living in a rural area. The likeliness of you experiencing what I experienced is probably pretty slim, unless if you live in a jungle, then maybe you're gonna up me. Or you're Jennifer Lopez from Anaconda. I don't know what the deal is with me and snakes. Many stories, so I'm gonna do kind of like a part 1, part 2. So if you find this entertaining and you enjoy it at my expense, then let me know in the comments below and I'll go ahead and make the part 2. Let's go ahead and just get started. Oh yeah, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that fun stuff. But this guy, isn't he so cool? Look at this dude, just before we get into it. I got this from Target. This guy is so awesome. Let's go ahead and start when I was a wee lad. I think I was about the age of 7, 8, somewhere in there, before my preteen years, definitely not my teen years. Basically, it's like that age where you still want to imitate your mom. She liked to sunbathe, so she would go out on our patio and sunbathe and read a book. Like, I want to be like mom. I'm going to go get my bathing suit and my little lawn chair and my book that I'm going to fake read. Sorry, mom. I set myself up outside, and so I was looking at my book, mostly focused on the pictures. Let's just be real. I hear kind of like a rustling or a noise, but not quite sure what it is, so I just kind of ignore it because there's so many noises in the desert. Oh yeah, sorry, background. This is all at my parents' house, by the way. In the middle of bumfucked Egypt. You're never gonna find it. Let's just leave it at that. I'm sitting there minding my own goddamn business, and all of a sudden, a fucking red racer. So a red racer, for those of you who may not know what those are, it is a very fast snake. They call it a red racer for a reason. Very thin, long motherfucker. They are not venomous. Runs really fast. Runs. He wiggles. He wiggles really fast, really fast. So a red racer falls into my lap from the sky because he launched himself off of our roof. Who the heck in their right mind is gonna jump off a roof for some food? Lands right in my lap as I'm reading my book. I like jumped up immediately, bounces off my lap, but he still had the mouse in his mouth. That snake was talented. I was too shocked at what happened to even be scared. This fucking red racer jumped off the roof, got the mouse mid-catch, landed in my lap, and now he's eating. Props. Me and my mom, we just sat and watched. Ooh, I've never seen a snake eat something before. You're doing amazing, sweetie. So that's story number 1. Let's move on to the second one. So I'm like 11 or 12. Me and my best friend, we were playing this game we used to play with my dad. So I grew up in a time where kids played outside. So we would play this game called Monster. And basically my dad would just chase us around the house and try to scare the fuck out of us. And he was really good at it. And we have like a big backyard and run a whole 20 acres if you want. But kept like close to the house though, obviously. He was chasing us. I was heading around the house, like the corner of the house. And we had these little storage units, kind of look like little stone cottages basically. So I was running around towards that area. You know how like your parents still have that voice or that tone? Better listen, because otherwise shit gonna get real. Every parent has that voice and every kid knows to listen to that voice. And so I was running around the corner and then I was going left around those cottages. He hadn't even made his way around the bend yet. And I hear him yell, "Brianna, stop!" You know, one of those commanding, like, oh God, what do I do now? Oh God, don't be mad at me, Dad. I stop. I look down and I shit you not, I am standing in the middle of a rattlesnake den. That means there's about 7 rattlesnakes or so, even more maybe, curled up together. It's a party. And they were all asleep. I was one lucky son of a gun. A, that I didn't step on any of them. I do not know how that happened because I was standing, by the time he told me to stop, I was standing in the middle. Literally, one foot is between two rattlesnakes, the other foot's in between two rattlesnakes, and then I have like one in front of me, another one behind me, and then, yeah. So like you can imagine, I don't know how I happened to run in the exact spots to not like step on them. It blows my mind to this day. Not that rattlesnakes are deadly, but at that age and maybe with that many bites, that was potentially could have happened. Could have probably been fucking horrible. So yeah, he like came around, he guided, like told me where to put my foot basically, because I had to walk backwards, and I had to move so slowly because they sense movement, they sense vibration. I was able to actually escape without getting bit. He somehow knew, and this is also another thing I want to bring up, is if you have like this little voice in your head telling you something's up, something's wrong, listen to that voice. It's our human instinct, it's our survival instinct, and I think that it's so important to actually listen to that voice. It might seem crazy. He didn't know why to tell me to stop. He literally didn't. He just told me to stop because he knew something's wrong, and he told me, I stopped. It was freaking nuts, and I'll never forget that. A little background information as per usual. Snakes typically do not go inside the house, just so you know. Very rare that this happens. You're going to not believe me because I have a couple incidences where they go against their usual ways. I've been the only one in the household to go through this. I will share the very first time it happened. I think I was still in high school. So our bathroom, it's gigantic. It's about the size of a fucking living room or a bedroom. It's really weird. I don't know why our bathroom is so big, but it is. And there's an entirely separate room for a toilet. So I'm one of those people who cannot hold it. Like, I need to go when I need to go. So I run back there and open the door to go in, and guess who's there waiting for me? Fucking rattlesnake. Not happy. Rarely do I see them not happy. This guy was foiled. His head was up. He was rattling. He was not happy. Bro, I need to pee. You are interrupting my flow. Literally. It wasn't even so much that I was afraid. I was just really mad. I need to go to the bathroom. Why, universe? Should I just try and sit on the toilet and make this work? I literally contemplated that for a second, but then I figured no, because he's in striking form. If they're coiled and their head is up and they're kind of just like, I'm ready, that's when they have the most launch effectiveness, basically. So if they're stretched out, it's not as bad. But if they're already coiled and they're just don't do it. Don't risk it. So I decide not to take my chances. And I go to my dad. Dad, there's a rattlesnake in the bathroom. What does he say? Yeah, fucking right. He literally thought I was fucking with him, trying to get him to look and be like, hee hee. And so I told him, Dad, I need to go pee. So he was like, no, like, that doesn't happen. Snakes don't go inside the house. I said, well, tonight they did. He's in there, go look. So after some persuasion, he finally goes to look. Heart be darned, there's a fucking rattlesnake. His face, so I can still see it. So we lasso around the snake's neck to transport. Now, it's nighttime, mind you, and typically you want to transport the snake about at least a mile away. So if it's any less, they'll remember. They'll be like, oh no, I'm going back to where I was. I like that spot next to the toilet, freaking the girl out because she can't pee. Well, it's 9 o'clock at night. We don't have time for that. And this guy was vicious. Most rattlesnakes that we've encountered throughout my entire life, even to now, are pretty mild. They're pretty chill. Like, yeah, they look like they're angry all the time, but they just want to be loved. Anyways, this guy was pissed. Like, he kept trying to strike my dad, and basically it's just kind of like a rule of thumb. You know, we try to save you, we try to protect you, we try not to eat you, but if you're gonna be a little bitch about it, then sorry, this is our house. So my dad chopped his head off. Pro tip, you gotta bury the head. They are still able to attack you with the head off. The head can still... We ate it eventually. It's not exactly like chicken, it's a little chewier. They don't have a lot of meat on their bones, and they have a lot of bones, so it only feeds one. So I was visiting. I think I was in college at this point, and I was visiting home. So it was just me and my dad. My mom was at work at the time. And I went to walk into our kitchen. At the time, the floorboards were kind of uneven. So when you stepped, it would creak and all this stuff. And there's a giant island in the middle. As soon as I'd walked into the kitchen and stepped, that kind of, made its normal creak. Well, what comes out from underneath the island, all fucking fussy and shit? You guessed it. A rattlesnake. They really like me. I'm guessing he was probably taking a nap. And then there I go, Godzilla through the kitchen, and he's pissed. Again, this was another one where it's kind of like, you have an attitude. You're in my house. You could have been anywhere. Like, we don't care if they're on the porch. We do not care. Hang out on the porch. Do you, boo. But as soon as you come in the house, that's an invasion of space. So I saw it. It came out real quick. Like, I'd never seen a rattlesnake move that fast. Jumped backwards real quick. Like, ah! And then my dad got up from the dinner table, and he's like, what the heck? He grabbed his .22, and before I could say anything, he shot its head off in the kitchen. So there was like blood splatter all over the oven and our appliances. We just kind of looked at each other and we're like, don't tell mom about this. Yeah, I got you. And those were those moments. Me and my dad, we always got in trouble. We were always covering up shit. And my mom always knew. Like, she just knew something was wrong. She just sensed it in her bones. But anyway, so we had to unfortunately kill that one. And we ate that one too, of course. Yeah, so that was that experience. So there have been several friends of mine hung out with me at my parents' house, and I've saved them from stepping on a snake. I have the habit of looking where I walk all the time, listening for certain sounds that tell me, oh shit, that's a snake or something, It was so ingrained in me, and I didn't realize that I guess instinct was ingrained in me so much until I was in Boston, of all places. There are no fucking snakes on a sidewalk in Boston, mind you. But the sound of the dry leaves scraping against the sidewalk sounded exactly like a fucking snake. I was like, oh shit. And then I'd realize, bitch, you're in fucking East Coast. Ain't no fucking snakes. You're in the city. Maybe if I was in, the rural area, in nature, sure. Possible, but no. I've saved several friends. They literally were foot up about to step on a snake. I happened to see it and I just grabbed their fucking leg. Do I still like snakes? Yes, I do. Really think rattlesnakes are just beautiful. They're little misunderstood creatures, I think. Honestly, they're just doing their thing. I've taken a lot of wonderful up close shots, so I will put them here for you to see. And they're beautiful specimens. Again, we tried to avoid having to kill them at all. Like, that's the last resort, honestly. And those two occasions were a very long time ago, probably 10 years or more. So we haven't had to do that in a very long time at all, which is kind of nice. And there are other good snakes out there, like gopher snakes aren't too harmful. Again, red racers aren't too bad. And then there's also rosy boas in the desert, and they're so sweet. Oh my god. Oh, they're so cute. They're a little endangered though, unfortunately. It sucks. So anyway, so that's the snake stories I'm going to give you for now. If you liked and enjoyed the stories, let me know, and I will do a part 2 because there are many more. There's actually a really funny one involving a shower. So if that piques your curiosity, let me know in the comments below and I will tell you that story. But anyways, thanks again for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It's late as fuck. Can you guys stop fighting, please? Because I'm like filming. Hey! Stop being a pussy. Don't fall. I love you. I still like snakes, by the way. Like, once you hear everything, you're probably going to be a little confused. Like, why does she still like snakes? But I do. They don't mean harm, They're just here. They're just wiggling around. What would be, like, the worst place to get bit, Like, when you think about it? Like, your thigh, your ankle, your Achilles heel, Just, ugh.